Yeah.
by David Hawkins. And
Mm-hmm.
he talks about the three bodies. And I've always loved the analogy of the three bodies, which is the
Yeah.
physical, the spiritual,
Spiritual.
and the mind, or
Right.
we can call it like people call it like,
Yeah.
yes, they have like that. This is like the perfect triangle that I thought.
Triangle. Yeah.
And what he says is like one body is no more important than the other.
Yeah.
Like the Holy Spirit is no more important than the physical one, and
Mm-hmm.
is no more important than the intellectual one.
Yeah.
It's like every single one needs to be nature. So I
Yeah.
try to do a tiny bit for every single day. Like some days I will do more for one than the other, but is looking after yourself. And actually, that's one thing I've learned, that in order for me to give something to someone, I need to take better care of myself,
Yeah.
because I cannot give like certainty, I cannot give love, I cannot give security, I cannot give any of these things to the ladies that come to the studio, to any of the women that walk into these doors, if I do not possess that for me. So that was one of my biggest lessons at the beginning before I start this journey, because what I wanted to do is like I wanted women to fall in love with themselves. But
Mm-hmm.
what I realized is that I wanted to give something that I didn't have for myself. So I'll give you an example. I used to hate my accent. I would be like, do I sound like that? Why cannot I sound more British? Why cannot I sound like really British? It's like I can't, and it's like I refuse. But I used to criticize actually like how bald I can. I used to criticize actually like something in my nose. I used to criticize. So I remember as a kid I used to hate this part of my arm. It was like I used to have
Yeah.
all those things that I used to hate about myself. Like used to criticize them, and it was until I finally learned to give myself like love, like give myself love, like literally feel my own love. It's like So that was literally is like the intention they say with people. So before someone comes to like my intention with them is they will feel good. And
Yeah.
that's the intention I say with people, that they will feel good, and we will create the best portrait they have ever seen of themselves. So with every single person I have a conversation is like, those are my intentions. But going back to how I intend, I look after me. That is the most important thing. When I stop taking care of myself,
Oh,
my energy drops just straight away.
yeah.
Automatically, like ice cream, TV, ice cream.
Yeah, that, once in a while, I think that is allowed, to have
Yes,
ice
absolutely. I love that.
cream.
On my Sundays,
Yeah,
Sundays, yeah,
yeah, but
Sundays are like Netflix in
yeah,
the morning.
yeah. And I've seen, again through your social media updates and WhatsApp updates, how much you take care of your physical body by exercising, cycling, sometimes walking 16 kilometers after cycling for an hour or so, trying to match the energy for your dad, which again you didn't match.
That's like easy
And
for
that was
something else.
that was something when I
He's
read that I was like,
twice my age, and that man is fitter than I am. He's 71,
yeah,
and he's fitter. And and the thing is, like, he's been trying to pull the age card on me. It's like, don't
yeah.
you dare, you cannot
Don't
do
you dare
pull
do
that card.
that.
He's still stronger than me. Can't believe it. Like,
Yeah.
seriously, that really pushed my buttons.
And I think also the fact that you're very persistent with, no matter what the weather, if you have decided that you want to go riding on your bike across London, you do that. You dress accordingly, you wear warm clothes, and I've seen you, whether it is summer, winter, rain, freezing temperatures. Sometimes you're in Hyde Park at 5 o'clock in the morning while the world is still in their duvets. So that, kind
So
of
hard
persistence.
sometimes. I'm telling you, the willpower sometimes is like, oh my God. It's
Yeah.
like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is like, okay. That's
Yeah.
why it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mel Robbins, bless that woman.
Yeah.
That rule has helped me so many times to get out of bed. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The 5 seconds rule. If you haven't read
Yep.
that book, please read that book. It will
Yeah.
change your life.
I've read that, part, and then it came to a point where I was like, not reading. So that's just my ego trying to stop me. So I am going back. It's
5,
on
4, 3,
my,
2, 1.
yeah, on my
Really, 5,
list
4, 3,
of
2, 1.
going back to reading it again. So my last question to you is that, what have you learned by being in touch with so many women from different cultural backgrounds from all over the globe? what would you say is that one essential thing? Well, let's not put one, because that's kind of very narrowing, and not giving you any scope. What would you say would be your top 3 lessons which you have learned from women?
Actually, I don't know if I have many, but one thing that comes straight to my mind, and it's like they are so strong and brave that what they achieve is like literally every single one of them that have met, they have achieved the impossible. And they don't realize it. They don't see that. Like for them, it's like, I did it. That was impossible. But there was a time in their life that was an impossible task, and you managed to achieve it. Like single mom, women have gone through cancer, women have gone through depression, women that have actually like literally broke down and managed to rise up again, women that have been carrying families by themselves. Like I just admire their strength. And it's like their strength that is like, I will make it work. And normally, actually, the strength comes when actually that they care and they love they have for their family. But they will be like, I just keep going. And it's like the world is trying to shoot them down. And it's like, you can stay. I will take as many. I know going down. And if I go down, be prepared because I standing up actually the moment actually just sleep for 2 hours. And
Yeah.
she will get up again and she will continue trying. So I think actually one thing I learned from women is like their strength is like they are stronger than guys. That's a fact. Like I, as a guy, can say this. They're stronger than me. Like what they've been able to do is like, ah, I just have all for their strength.
Well,
And
thank you. I thank you from all the women, on all the women. I thank you for having that belief and saying that, that is something which you've learned. I think equally men are very supportive as well. And sometimes, when we have perfect role models like you in the lives, in whichever manner, it becomes a little tad easier for women to do their journeys as well. So, I think we complement each other beautifully, and it wouldn't be a fair world if, men were not given their rights as well, the due, and it would be not fair. So yeah, sometimes women have, those strong role models. Like in my life, even though my father is no longer alive, 21 years gone, I still use him as my mentor. He was my first mentor, and he's always going to be my first mentor. So the lessons
he's
which
your
I've
mentor.
learned, the lessons which I have learned from him have been powerful, have been my foundation in life, and all I've done is literally just build up on that foundation and grow and grow and grow. And even now, today, when I hit a roadblock, I literally just have one question which I ask myself: what would dad do? Literally.
Love
And
those questions.
it's literally as if, and I know that he's guiding me through the other side. His love is always there, and he lives through me. But there are sometimes, as a woman, I have struggled in life, and it has been very helpful to think, what would he do? And then you get the answers as well. This is what he would do. And then that is where the strength comes on, because there have been points in every person's life where, they think they cannot go on any more, they cannot even take one step forward. But then that strength which you talk about, that strength is literally there in every person, whether it's a male or a female. All we need to do is just dig it up, whenever we need, go within and bring it out and carry on with much, faith, more strength, more belief that life is going to be only getting better from this point onwards. And I will close with the topic that, we need to learn as women to love ourselves unconditionally, and literally doesn't matter whether other people acknowledge you or not. We need to learn that it is okay to acknowledge ourselves, and okay to applause, and be celebrating our achievements on our own as well. Thank you very much, Rodney. Thank you.
Thank
It's
you so
been
much,
a
Rupi. It was really great
pleasure.
actually to you after so long.
Absolutely. It's been a pleasure to have this conversation with you. It's going to be one of my favorite episodes, which I'm going to be putting up. Thank you very much. Thank you. Mwah.
Mwah. Thank you, Rupi.
You take care, my
Ciao.
friend. Bye-bye. Bye.